Countdown. Hello, viewers, and welcome to Newzim TV's live broadcast, live coverage of Zimbabwe's by-elections voting day. My name is Leopold Mnende, and I'm your host for today. Our correspondents are in some of the wards and constituencies being contested. They will be giving us updates of how the electoral process has been handled across the country. Already, Citizens Coalition for Change President Nelson Chamisa has voted in Kampuzuma. He spoke to journalists, and this is what he had to say.
The president has just passed the ballot, so give him time to say a few words and also to take a few questions. The president.
Well, thank you very much. I'm excited to cast my vote. Excited because this is an opportunity for change as we mark and herald that march to 2023, which is the big shock. This is just a teaser. It's just the beginning, and we want to make sure that we correct the national mistake of the recalling of citizen representatives in parliament, in council, which was done illegally, criminally by ZANU-PF and their side. So we are excited, but we are also disappointed because if you look at the way the indelible ink is not that indelible, and we have received reports from across the whole country where we hear that ZEC has not done a perfect job. In fact, ZEC has failed to pass the different tests that were put: the integrity test, the independence test, the professionalism test, the accountability test. We have asked them numerous questions. They have not been able to account for them around the voters' roll, around the issue of polling officers, around the issue of polling material, the printing of ballot papers, who printed, what threshold was the law respected. So we are going to take this issue seriously. This is a by-election. We're testing the capacity of ZEC, the sincerity of ZEC. What we have seen is that ZEC is not fit for purpose, and ZEC is not professional, neither is it independent. This is the matter that we have to escalate within our own national jurisdiction, but beyond, in the context of SADC and the AU, to help us help ourselves so that we don't have another disputed election. If ZEC does not amend its ways, it has to be disbanded, and that is the call we are going to make as citizens, because they have failed, they have not done what is supposed to be done. You can see the quality of the pictures, the photographs that are being used for the candidates. It's shocking. It's almost like antiquated in the 60s and in the 30s, where you have modern technology. They have obviously given...
The CCC has over the past weeks been calling for ZEC to be disbanded. This follows an analysis of the voters' roll by an online pressure group, Team Pachedu. Team Pachedu says it exposed attempts by ZEC to rig in favor of ZANU-PF. Similar sentiments aired by President Nelson Chamisa were shared by his Kwekwe candidate for this Kwekwe Central seat, Judith Tobayo.
People are being intimidated. One agent abused a polling station, which is not right. We are going to vote Jakadar, Vanarkuroa, Tabakwa Maven Primary, Vanarkuroa Shakarema agents, but Kuti Susana Tripusi, as it gets to voter, and they don't register to know voter Mun West, the Bise Uchimende, Chomba, Pachuku Junior Rava.
Mungatudzomas determine agent aroa ndokuti mamangara mapurisa
mukomana nonzi Simba arowa akabvisika zino akachekeka panapa tamangara kumapurisa, one of the agents wepa youth center ward 1.
Saka iko zvine zvariko
iko zvine zvitamusiyaniswa kuchipatara.
Machances enyu kumaona akamira sei?
My chances angu akati kwire. That's the reason why ZANU-PF is now intimidating people. They were outside the polling station. Even the wife of Mapras was outside the polling station. Achiharasa vanhu vari apa kusvika tazoenda kupolice kuti vanobvisa vanhu. which is not right. People have to vote. Munhu wese ane right yekuvhota, not kuti uye kuno uchiharaswa. Munhu wese unouya kuzovhota paunoda.
In Harare West, our correspondent Paidashe Mandivengere gives us an update on how the process was handled.
My name is Paidashe Mandivengere and I'm covering the by-elections from Harare West, Ward 41. There are elections for 4 council candidates that are Kadzombe Kudzai from the CCC, Chagwanira Esli from ZANU-PF, Goto Kenneth from the UDA, and Moyo Rimkai from the MDC Alliance. In Ward 41, there's a low voter turnout among the youths. While some voters said a smooth voting process, others were turned away after their names were not located in the voters' roll.
Similarly, a voter in Highfield said delays on finding one's name on the voters' roll were the main reason why he had to take a lot of time.
Francisco, the voter in Highfield, Ward 24, so this is right. As maybe when you have to shut down as a table, and you know, come back again if you say you have to do up a point up, with Chagas. The Pangan would bring the problem, the Panic and going
Paidashe Mandivengere further gave us details of the various polling stations she visited today.
Voters from Chinod North who spoke to NewZimbabwe.com said their polling stations were mistakenly moved by ZEC from an open ground in Chinod to an open ground in Bluffview. They said they were only told this morning to go cast their votes at an open ground in Bluffview.
Paidashe Mandivengere also talked to CCC council candidate Kudzai Kadzombe.
My name is Mrs. Kudzai Kadzombe, aspiring candidate for Ward 41 in Harare West for the council position.
How was the seat in the ward left vacant?
It became vacant due to my legal recall in 2020, actually in August 2020. So the ward has been left without a representative for over 2 years.
What is the general assessment of the voting process today?
We had a lot of hiccups when we started off. The first one was the one that has just been trending on social media, where we had a polling station with 1,139 voters in Chinod North being moved to Area D West Gate, you know, which is a long distance where people without actually cars have to get into 2 public transport to actually come to this polling station. But we're just happy that, you know, the residents, you know, were resolute about the issue and they made sure they came through in their numbers to vote.
Are you confident of victory in this election?
Yes, I am. And why I'm confident is because of the response I've been getting from the voters. They've been sending through pictures of the ballot papers. They've been sending through pictures of, you know, them with the pink finger. They've been, you know, just congratulating me. But the only disappointment was just the unpreparedness of ZEC for this election. You know, we had agents who were not accredited. You know, some were actually accredited this afternoon. So we had people in polling stations without identification. We had the issues to do with dry pens, you know, and people had to improvise and actually put in acetone to just make the pens work. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, if God is in it, you see things just moving smoothly.
In Highfield, Shalina Mohammed also gives us an update of how the process was handled where she is.
We are in Highfield, one of Harare's oldest suburbs, where we are following by-elections at Highfield High 1 school. 124 people have cast their votes in one of the polling stations. A lot of activities going on here, as you can see, as people are coming in to cast their votes on this tight race. Shalin Mohammed reporting for NewZimbabwe.com, Harare.
We are joined by Anna Chibamu, our correspondent who was covering Harare Central. She visited Queen Elizabeth and Avondale, amongst other polling stations. Anna Chibamu, hi.
Thank you so much. Harare Central was very calm when it came to voting. People were coming in, but the voter turnout was very low as compared to previous elections. However, those people who came to vote today in Harare Central constituency, that is at Girls High School and Queen Elizabeth Girls High, as well as Avondale Primary School, they complained that their names did not appear on the voters' roll, and most of them were turned away because they could not find their names at all the 3 polling stations, although Harare Central had 4 polling stations in total. So out of the 3, that's where we found many people not appearing on the voters roll, as they told newzimbabwe.com. But otherwise, the voting went on well. It was calm. Police were manning the polling stations, and there were also observers from ZESNI and ERC. Those are some of the organizations that have provided observers to see how the process of voting was going on. Thank you so much.
So Anna, those who said they couldn't be located on the voters' roll, were they registered, and could they locate their names on the online platform?
Yes, newzimbabwe.com spoke to one woman who complained that 2 weeks ago, who reported that 2 weeks ago, she checked her name on the voters roll through the online platform, and it was there. But today, when she came to Avondale Primary School, her name did not appear on the voters roll. And we spoke to an official from ZEC, and she could not give a proper answer to resolve the issue, only promising to rectify the anomaly in the next election, which is 2023.
Thank you so much, Anna. So that was Anna Chibanu, who was giving us a roundup of election voting in Harare Central. My name is Leopold Mnende. Thank you so much for following newzimbabwe.com. Thank you for following our live coverage of the voting day in Zimbabwe. This broadcast is also on our YouTube channel. We were also live on our Twitter platform. You can also go and like, retweet, comment, and share with your friends on other platforms. Thank you so much.